Burgundy Ballers. Welcome back to another edition of the best football podcast on all of YouTube, the Ballin In Burgundy podcast. Yeah, myself, Andrew, and we got Chris back with us. We're running out a three-man. Justin would have joined us, but he got roped in on some last-minute duty calls. So prayers out to him, shout out to him. But fellas, welcome back. What's going on?
Howdy, howdy.
What you,
It's been a
what you
minute.
mean by three? What you mean by three, man?
It's a triple threat. There's three of us in the room because there's normally four of us. There's only three of us
That's
today.
not what
Three-man.
Nah. See, what I have a feeling is by what you meant by three man is something else, there, bud.
Well, I'm gonna get your mind out of the gutters. Because we got a lot to talk about. We got our wide receiver room is down to 1 year contract, except for Luke McCaffrey. We got our Commanders 4.0 mock draft, because I know we're gonna make some spicy picks, and we've got a 1 round, 32 team mock draft. Because a lot's happened since the last time we've done a mock draft. A lot of guys have risen, a lot of guys have fallen,
It's
and I
true.
know we're gonna make some spicy picks. Um, but before I even have y'all do the housekeeping, I wanted to give thoughts, prayers, condolences to the Lacy family. For those who don't know, 24-year-old NFL prospect, draftee Kyren Lacy, wide receiver out of LSU, was found in Houston today, passed away. Police reports say it looks like suicide, but I'm not going to go into that detail. But prayers out to his family, prayers out to his loved ones, prayers out to that community. Um, there was a lot surrounding him and what's happened the past few months. His court case was, when this drops, guys, his court case was supposed to be today. Um, there's going to be speculation. There's going to be rumors. There's going to be chat online about why he did it, what he did it for. If he did it, was it all I'm going to say, and I think Andrew and Chris and even Justin are going to agree. Um, too young to take his own life if that's what happened. He had, at least as the NFL side, a bright future ahead of him. He was going to look like a great wide receiver prospect, and many years to impact people. Um, but someone taken too soon, and someone taken with extreme guilt considering what's happened. So I wanted to get the prayers out, the love out, the condolences out to the Lacy family, the Houston community, the LSU community, um, because guys like Jaden, Malik, OBJ tweeted about him, and I know him and Jaden were close. I wanted to give those prayers out, and I think you both would agree with those sentiments.
Yeah, I mean, no matter what he did, suicide's not the option. That's not what you should be doing. It's sad that that's what it come to. So yeah, prayers out to him, everyone affected by it. So yeah, sad, unfortunate circumstances.
I think if anything, I think what it was at the end of the day, I think it was what do they call it, like something with guilt.
Remorse.
Uh,
Are
yeah,
you talking about like
that.
survivor's guilt?
Uh, yeah, like that. Yeah,
Possibility.
survivor's guilt or something like that. I think that's what it was. Um, because he or top prospects in the draft this year at all. But for that to happen, it's unfortunate, and you know,
Yeah.
it sucks.
It sucks. It's sad. So again, prayers out to that community. Prayers out to the Lacy family. Our love is with y'all. Um, and that happened when you guys see this
Be
video.
right.
When you guys see this, it's gonna drop. Our Monday, like usual, mock draft Monday. But this happened um here. But sad notes aside, let's get into, before we get into anything, guys. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe here on YouTube. Road to 750 subscribers on the way. We're actually got 530. Cannot thank each and every one of y'all enough. But road to 750 and the road to 1,000 on its way. Instagram and TikTok at Ballin In Burgundy Podcast. Twitter at BIB Podcast 22, because Twitter hates long usernames. Um, we're gonna have it. We're gonna have a good time. We're gonna have a fun time.
Um,
But with that being said, Chris had to step away because he is currently making a pizza. But Angie, let's talk about our wide receiver room for a second. Wow, I
mhm.
mute him real quick. Everyone on our current roster outside of one Luke McCaffrey is on a 1 year deal. Terry McLaurin, Debo Samuel, Noah Osborne, KJ Osborne, or Noah Brown, KJ Osborne, and Michael Gallup are all on 1 year deals. Um, the big topic for me with those contracts is, does this impact our draft concerns? Do we make a guarantee that we get a receiver, or is this that would that just be a luxury?
If I'm being honest, I think with our current circumstances, we should draft a receiver.
Okay.
And I don't think it should be some late sixth, seventh round pick. I'd like to target a guy higher up, not necessarily first round. It doesn't have to be second round. Um,
But then
but
fourth.
a decent receiver, I feel like, is a decent need from this team. We just lost Zacchaeus.
Yep.
He went to the Bears. Is that right?
Yeah, he went to Chicago.
Yeah. He was a really valuable part of this offense for a large part of last season. And we did acquire what's his name?
We
Debo
got
Samuel.
Debo. We
My
brought in
bad.
Michael Gallup.
Michael Gallup. I don't think Michael Gallup's going to be a huge addition, if I'm being
Okay.
honest. I think he's going to be one of those guys who'll step in every once in a while,
Okay.
more depth. But if we want a more solidified room, I would absolutely love to see us draft a decent receiver.
All right. Chris, you stepped away for a second, but I was going over our current contract situation. Do you think with everyone on 1 year deals besides Luke that we definitely target a receiver in the draft?
Yes and no. Uh, um, yes, because Terry and Debo are getting older, but we already know that Terry is going to be in talks with Adam Peters, Josh Harris, and Dan Quinn about getting a new contract written up. I even said it. I said, if one of these 2 years, because we signed Terry to a 3 year extension a couple years back. I said
Yep.
if one of these 2 years we make the playoffs while he's still here, he's gonna want to resign. And especially now the fact that we have Jaden, um, Debo, you could probably resign him. Uh, I think yeah, we also could target some people in the draft, for wide receivers.
Mm-hmm.
However, I think with the way we are building our offense as of right now, I think we need to go defense the whole draft.
Okay.
Terry will be re-signed, extended. We're not going to
Okay.
lose him. I'm not worried about that.
No.
Yeah, I think it's more just the fact that everyone else is on 1 year contracts and we don't have a big name outside of Terry. Because if I'm being honest, Debo, he's good, but he's
His
kind
his
of mid, if I'm
his,
being
his,
honest.
his shine has
Last
lost his
year,
luster.
he was nothing special. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Touche. Touche. Um, I think Terry's gonna get that extension, whether it's before the season starts. He could be one of those guys that gets like a mid-season extension. Because we see those
Mhm,
more often than not. Guys, you get to the trade deadline and guys are getting extended. Kyler Gordon
mhm.
just got his like $3 or $40 million a year, $40 million a year thing contract extension from Chicago. Um, I could also see them bringing Debo back for another year next year if he produces and he's working well with the team.
Mhm.
If he doesn't produce, then cool. It's a 1 year rental kind of thing. We traded the fifth for him. Cool beans. Um, but I think this can impact the ways. Andrew, you were saying we might not target them in the fourth or the sixth or the seventh. We could be looking at that 128 spot in the fourth round. Um, unless something like an Emeka Ibuka is still there at 28, and there's a possibility, but I don't see that happening.
I like Egbuka, but if I'm being honest, I would not prefer him over a lot of other people at 28.
Yeah, I
I feel
think
like there's
defense.
positions we need a lot more
Yeah,
than receiver right now.
definitely agree.
Because I
And
mean,
Chris,
we proved last season that we don't need an elite wide receiver
too.
room
Yeah,
to have a very dominant offense. We were a great offense with a very mid receiver room.
yeah.
Outside of Terry,
Terry and Zach
no
Ertz at tight
nobody.
end. Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, I do not disagree. But I wanted to touch on that because that's going to impact not only the draft where the front office, because I think the three of us can agree, we trust Adam Peters. He he
Hmm.
he, he was listening to Kendrick early on because he showed out and showed people last season and last offseason how to do the draft. I got trust in him. He gets us here. He gets us Laramie Tunsil. He gets us Debo Samuel. We got 5 picks remaining: a first, a second, a fourth, a sixth, and a seventh. So, fellas, I think it's time for our 4.0 Commanders mock draft. Are you ready?
Ready as ever.
Let's get this show on the road, shall we? We are here at the glorious PFF mock draft simulator. For those who haven't tuned in uh, to when I was on with Juan Gotti, first of all, you can click that right over here where we are above my head. He and I did two different mock drafts on NFL Mock Draft Simulator. I have spared some expense for PFF the past few years because I like doing trades. I like trading players when I do some rebuilds. So here we are, and I've kind of learned the new trick, and I've kind of shared it with the BIB fellows. I shared it with Juan and his company. Is to get the more realistic guys coming off the boards early, your Abdul Carters, your Travis Hunters, your Shadur Sanders, your Cam Wards. You got to put this button, this public versus PFF board, all the way to public. Much more care for beneficial value, much more draft for needs, less randomness, 7 rounds. You can kind of come here to verses and still have a little bit of fun within these first few picks. But if you want ultra uber pretty as realistic as you think it's gonna get, slide that SOB over to public. But you fellas ready?
Yeah.
Ready.
Let's get this show on the road. I'm gonna just control this. I'm gonna let you two do all the discussions and all the thinking. But as you two sit here thinking, looking, are there any and y'all gonna make this decision together? Any trades you would make right now before the clock starts?
Yeah, I'm making a trade right now, low key. You trade our first round pick back to a team and you get a second, third, and fourth.
Let's see who's at our first round pick first. Because what if there's like someone you really like there?
We need more picks. I'm telling you right now.
Yeah,
If
we
we
can
get
trade
more
back once we
picks,
get to our pick.
well, if we take our pick now and go ahead and trade it, we're gonna get more picks out of it. And yeah, we just lost out on a first round pick, but guess what? It's better that we have 6 or 7 picks rather than just five. And let's be real, at least then, if we can get a second, third, and fourth, we have 2 second rounders right there, 1 third rounder, 2 fourths, fifth, 1 sixth, and 1 seventh right there. And literally, I feel like that's what we need at this moment in this point right now.
Yeah, we don't have a lot of picks right now, so trading back a couple spots into the 40s maybe. Got to see what got to see what people are offering.
Yep. All
Yeah,
right. So are you gonna wait till 29 to trade back, or are you gonna do something right here, right now?
I'd wait till 29.
Okay. Okay. I think that's what Andrew was originally saying. Like I think you two are
Yeah.
saying the same
Like
thing.
you can
Just
start it right
definitely.
now
Yeah.
and then we'll look at trade
Okay.
backs once it
All
gets to
right.
our pick.
All right. Yeah. I think y'all were on the same page. You just took different roads to get to the same destination. I think that's what just happened. Yeah. For those who are kind of curious, like Cam Ward, Travis Hunter, Abdul Carter, this kind of makes more sense. Although they have Shadur Sanders falling to 21 to Pittsburgh. Um, which is insanity, and we'll kind of go over that when we do our 32 team mock draft. But here you are at pick 29, fellas. There's a few names left on the board: Marion Hampton, Omar and Norman Lott, Kevin Winston, Trey Amos, Josh Connolly Jr. Y'all want to trade back? Anybody you think would be wise enough to trade up back into the first for someone like this?
Someone who needs Hampton
Cleveland.
for sure, because yeah, Cleveland could need a running back, but we don't want to go back to 33. We should go back further, honestly.
Okay.
I feel like
Um,
I feel like if you do go back to 33 though, you could still see some guys up on that board. right that are up there right now.
I think 37, 38, or 39. All of
I'm
them could
saying
use a running back and would be willing to trade up, probably.
I'm saying a third.
Raiders took
I'm
Genty.
saying
Just
33.
Oh, they already took Genty.
yep.
So 38 or 39.
I'm saying 33.
Who do you want to draft at 33?
Here. Let's go in the middle. How about we say 35?
Tennessee.
I don't know if they'll want Hampton, but I'm okay with that if they're offering.
Tennessee's here
Let's
and
see.
available.
They are offering.
So
Nice.
definitely 35 and 29.
And then
Okay.
let's see if we can get
Let's see
mm,
if we can get like a second round and at least a fourth rounder.
So you'll definitely get 103. That's the start of the fourth.
just click on next year's second and take off 103.
That's a 4% chance.
Maybe try a third
Mm,
and like 120.
55.
What do you think, Chris?
mm. Take the shot.
Take the shot.
Hmm?
Yeah, take the shot.
Alrighty.
It's better than nothing.
They said no.
Damn it. Um,
103 and 120 this year.
There's a 77,
Let's
try
try that.
that.
and they accepted.
Here we go.
Yeah. Okay.
Alrighty. Let's see how this board falls. All right. So they took Nick Scorin.
Ooh.
They Bills went tight end, which doesn't make any sense, but okay. That makes sense. They went Alec, A.O. Manor. Hampton fell to 33. Derek Harmon to 34. We sit here at 35. What are you fellas thinking?
I'm just gonna
I'm
shout out a
thinking,
couple names. Chris, you tell me what you think of these. Kevin Winston, Trey Amos, Xavier Watts, and let's Jaden Higgins. What do you think of them?
I don't know. I was more looking at the guy from Tennessee.
Lamar
Really?
Norman Lot?
Yeah, because I feel like we lose Jonathan Allen, right? And then because we still have Johnny Newton, Devon Payne, and some of the other guys, but like low key, I feel like we need to build up our defensive line and everything because
Mm-hmm.
let's be real, man, we got to get to the quarterback come next year, and and the secondary, we're definitely going to need to work on that too in this draft. But I also see what you mean by getting Trey Amos, and you know what? Actually, go with the dude from Ole Miss, Trey Amos.
I like him. Do you think
Well,
Because
cornerback or safety is a bigger need though?
I don't think safety will be as big as a need as people think it is. I think
Really?
Will I think Will Harris will be fine this year. If people are saying he's like a Jeremy Chin, I think we will be fine this year.
All right. Trey Amos. Let's do it.
all right. Trey Amos is the pick, guys.
Yes.
I like it.
Alrighty. Round two, pick 35. The Washington Commanders select Trey Amos, corner out of Ole Miss. We sit here at pick 61.
Whoa, what's Kevin Winston doing here?
So they have him 29th ranked. They have his average draft position 72, purely based because of the injury. That's what happened.
I thought I saw something saying that that shouldn't affect him next year though,
It shouldn't because he's already doing a lot better. But I think the draft algorithm is taking that into effect plus some of
even
his
though
other
there's only
stuff.
like 2 games. Yeah,
Yeah.
gotcha.
So you pick here at pick 61.
Ooh, I see a name I like. Chris, you know Josiah Stewart.
I want to say I've heard of him.
I've definitely
This guy's
mentioned
a
him a few
beast.
times.
We
He should be
definitely
going
need
higher
an
than
edge.
70 or whatever he's at.
We definitely need an edge.
Yeah, he'd be my pick here, but there's a lot of other names I like. I mean, Tate Ratledge is great, but he's offense.
And you know who's
Um,
still up there right now? Travion Henderson.
mm,
Yes, he is.
I'm not a big fan of him.
Ooh.
No,
Nope.
I
I
feel
think
like
he's I think he's good. I don't think he's good enough to be your pick at 61, if I'm being
Ooh.
honest. I'd prefer Samson over him.
hmm. Well, I tell you what, let's take an edge here because we
Hmm.
definitely need it after the loss of Dante Fowler.
Hmm.
Um, so let's mm, let's take the dude out of Michigan.
Josiah
I
Stewart.
like it.
Yeah,
It's been a guy on my name for my list for a lot of mock drafts. Y'all have seen it.
Oh yeah.
My dog barking. So we have pick 103 coming up from the draft with Tennessee, the very first pick of the fourth round.
Ooh, RJ Mickens, Devin Neal.
Kyle Williams is still on the board.
Where's he? Oh yeah, he's good. Yeah, this
I
could
say
be
let's
that
go with
area
it.
that we take a receiver. Fourth
You
round.
think so?
Yeah, I mean, we have 120 or 128. I think one of those three picks should probably be a receiver. We
Hmm.
also haven't taken
Okay,
safety yet, and I like
okay.
Mickens a lot.
Then let's go ahead see what we can get out of our next two picks with the wide receiver.
You're cutting it out a little bit.
John, could you select receivers so you could see who receivers
Yes,
are
I can.
available? I love Ty Felton, and I like Kyle Williams. None of the I like Horton some, but none of the other guys are really calling my name.
If I think at 128, Horan or Bryan, there'll be a little bit of a reach, but these are kind of lesser known guys who guys like Steve Smith
Hmm.
have said that you should keep an eye on. But that's gonna be my 2 cents for right now because I'm trying to
I'd
see others.
honestly be willing to reach at 128 for someone like Ty Felton, or we could take Kyle Williams here and go other positions with those 120 and 128 picks. Chris, what do you prefer? Kyle Williams? All right, let's do it.
Chris, are you good with Kyle Williams?
I like it.
All right. I think. All right. I'm gonna select Kyle Williams real quick. So let's get here to pick 120, and then I'm gonna do something real quick.
Ooh.
Hold on. All righty. Sorry about this, folks. We had a little bit of technical difficulties, but if you were not aware, we agreed because I did talk with them off. Get the technical difficulties right. We took Kyle Williams, pick 103 in the fourth round. So you fellas sit here at pick 120. You've taken a cornerback, an edge rusher, and a wide receiver.
I see RJ Mickens still up here. That surprises me because I feel like he would have been gone by now, but he is my pick. He's my top pick here.
RJ Mickens, safety out of Clemson.
Chris,
Yeah.
You
No, no.
RJ Mickens,
RJ
safety.
No.
Mickens.
Yeah.
All
All
right.
right.
Sounds like we have consensus.
That
I
sounds
think
good.
that's what we agreed on, low key. I think that's what we agreed on before we had stopped recording and we had taken
Kyle
Kyle
Williams.
Williams.
Yep.
Okay. I want to make sure because I for whatever reason I couldn't hear Chris. So if those watching or listening were wondering why, we had to take care of some stuff off screen to get that right. So my apologies, folks. But right
Mhm.
now, pick 128. This is your last pick until the sixth round. So just keep that in mind.
Yep. Scroll and take a look at his here a little bit. I'm okay reaching if we see
Okay.
someone we like. I like Brashad Smith. I like Barrett Carter. Hancock is decent. Felton, but we already got a receiver. APR, I love.
Dude.
Chase Lunt. I think my top picks would be either Chase Lunt or APR, probably.
Okay. So
Chris, would you
Chase Long.
prefer doubling down on edge or would you prefer to go tackle here?
Ooh, I think I'm gonna say double down on edge.
Ooh,
Really?
Yeah.
okay.
You
So
don't think
is it
tackle's the big need right now?
Oh, damn. Hold on. Well, because we have Brandon Coleman.
he'll go to the right
Yeah,
side?
he's moving to right tackle. And then
Damn,
we got
who the
Tunzel
hell's that
left.
left?
We don't really have any much depth behind that.
Yeah, Laramie Tunsil's
Yeah,
at left tackle.
yeah. Take tackle now that I think about it.
Is
Okay,
Lunt
so
someone who you think could move to guard?
um, not according to his tape. 6'8", three
Oh
hundred
yeah, no,
five
probably not.
pounds. This is a tackle if I've ever seen one.
Yeah,
But
definitely.
he played primarily on the right, and he's more of that run guy anyway.
Honestly, I'm after Tunzel. I'm okay doubling down on edge here.
Okay, so
Hmm.
Chris?
for those who don't
Yeah,
know
let's do it.
APR, so Antoine Powell Ryland, the kid out of Virginia Tech, is y'all's choice.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's do it.
Alrighty. A Virginia Tech Hokie
EPR.
stays in the DMV. So for those who don't know, we took Trey Amos, Josiah Stewart, Kyle Williams, RJ Mickens, and Antoine Powell Ryland. So very defensive heavy, but we got an offensive weapon for Jaden Daniels to pair with Debo Samuel, Taylor McLaurin, Michael Gallup, Noah Brown, KJ Osborne, and LMC number 11, Luke McCaffrey. So we sit here,
Mhm.
pick 205 in the sixth round.
Are there any running backs left?
There are a few.
Yeah, no. Taj Brooks, he's not bad.
Yep.
Ollie
Corey
Gordon's
Kiner's
okay.
Corey Kiner's a newer name on the board for folks. But 5'9", 210 pounds, no drops, 1,100 yards, 4 touchdowns on the year. But he played at Cincinnati, so it's not gonna knock your socks off.
He go back to him. Looked like he played some decent teams.
He played Pitt, Houston, Texas Tech, Colorado, Iowa State, Kansas State,
ASU.
TCU, ASU. That's Maryland. I don't know what
I
that
don't think
MSU.
that's Maryland, is it?
Oh no, I take back that is Miami of Ohio.
Hmm. Chris, what position would you go here? Oh, Raheem Sanders still here. I like him.
At this point, I feel like we need some, maybe defensive tackle.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we haven't taken one yet.
No, you're not.
We only got edge.
Yep. So you have Ty Robinson, you have Jared Harrison Hunt out of
Hmm.
SMU, big dude. You've got Junior Tafua,
Howard Cross and
Tafunia,
Thor Griffith.
Howard
I
Cross,
like.
Carl Thurgood. Desmond Watson is now officially on the board. Joe Evans, Joey Slackman.
Chris, would you have a preference between Howard Cross and Thor Griffith?
Yeah, I'll take I think Howard Cross.
All right. I like that.
All right. 6'1", 288, a little undersized, but can definitely get in there. So this is your pick, the Notre Dame kid.
I
Mm-hmm.
like it.
All right, Howard Cross, welcome to the Commanders. Commander Cross, I like it. So with your last pick, pick 245 in the 2025 NFL Draft, Andrew and Chris are looking at
Ooh. Raheem Sanders.
that's a new
Throwing it
name.
out there.
That's a new name. Chris, what are you thinking?
Jalen
Joshua
Walker.
Gray.
Jalen
Ventrell
Walker.
Cypress.
Walker.
Oh yeah, Walker's good. I like
Jalen
him.
Walker. Okay, so you guys
Take
are thinking
Walker.
linebacker here?
Yeah, we need to go linebacker in this spot because if you think about it, Bobby Wagner. I apologize for the oven, by the way. Um, Bobby Wagner is getting up there in age
Okay.
with Frankie Luvu. I think we need to, or I'm sorry about Luvu. I don't know how old he is, but we need to go linebacker.
No, I agree.
Okay.
I like
Okay.
it.
I like it. I'm just
And
gonna
I
put a
think
li-
that
I'm gonna put a 2 cents out there real quick. You've only taken one offensive guy. There's a whole draft.
I'll take it. I'll take it because we need to go defensive heavy.
I'm personally
Okay.
all right with that as well.
Okay. So Jalen Walker, Indiana linebacker is the pick.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I like it.
All right. All right.
He's a beast.
I don't disagree. He reminds me of another Frankie Louvu, who's more of your pass rushing
Hmm.
linebacker, but he's got the size. Pause. Um. So while PFF grades this mock draft, let me download it. So we traded back only once. Y'all did something I didn't think you would do. Only traded back once. You got a second and two fours. The Titans kind of fleeced y'all. The Titans kind of fleeced y'all.
Yeah, we should
But
have got more. That's
could
all
have
right.
got more. But you know what? That's okay. That's okay. We're here to learn. We're here to love. Trey Amos, Josiah Stewart, Kyle Williams, R.J. Mickens, Antoine Powell Ryland, Howard Cross, and Jalen Walker. PFF gives y'all a
I
B
love
plus.
this.
That's a great mock draft.
What they give us?
A B
This is one of my
plus.
favorites, if I'm being honest.
Yeah. I think honestly my favorite picks Josiah, Kyle, and APR. Y'all know I'm an APR guy. I've been high on APR,
Hmm.
but
Oh
this
yeah.
combination of Stewart and Williams, chef's kiss.
Yeah, those
That's
are some nice picks.
that's sexy right there. Um, it says you get a D plus on Mickens, which makes no sense. You actually got him at better value at 120 than 108. You got better value.
Yeah, I don't listen to PFF grades.
No,
They make
it's
no sense.
laughable. It's
This is
it's
an
a
A plus.
it's a
Yeah, okay. It's a
it's a
W hit.
it's a W. It's a Washington W. We eat those. But are y'all ready for this first round 32 team mock draft?
Let's do it.
Alrighty. Before we started, guys, don't forget like, share, and subscribe here on YouTube. We're on the road to 750 subscribers, and for after that, it's a road to 1,000 subscribers. So help us get there. It's absolutely free and takes really 2 seconds of your time. It allows us to get collaboration with other channels, other content creators, other insiders like Mr. Lake Lewis Jr., Mr. Anthony Armstrong. So don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, please and thank you. But fellas, are you ready?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeet. Alrighty. So the way on my screen is set up is I've got one is I'm on top, Andrew's in the middle, Chris is on the bottom. So I think if we could just go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 kind of thing, that way we just kind of
Yep.
keep things rolling. That good with
Let's
y'all?
do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Start us
Why
off,
I'm at
John.
the bottom though?
It's just how my screen has us going. You'll be all right. You'll be all right. So with the first pick in the 2025 NFL Draft, the Tennessee Titans select Cameron Ward, quarterback out of Miami.
No controversy quite yet.
Nope, not at all. Andrew, you've got number two.
Number two, I'm 100% solidified in this. The Browns are going to select Omarion Hampton.
What?
No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. It's a joke. I should have
You
let that
Andrews.
play out for a little longer and
Oh,
let
you should
Chris crash out. That would have been funny.
you had
Dude, I
Andrew
would have crashed
stressed.
out
Or
so
you
hard.
had Chris stressed.
Honestly, I could see possibly a trade back here, but
Okay.
Travis
I don't
Hunter.
really want to do that. So I'm going to have them take Abdul Carter, who, in my opinion, is the best, most talented player in this draft.
Bro, you
Oh,
did not just do that. You just gave the Giants a perfect chance to get Travis Hunter. But you know what? I'm not going to let that happen. You know why? Because at pick number 3, the New England Patriots are taking Travis Hunter.
you're having New England trade up to 3?
Wait.
You're the Giants.
You're the
Oh,
Giants.
yeah. Damn it.
Yeah, you're smoking some narcotic.
Yeah.
I think the Giants could need him just as much as the Patriots, if I'm
That's
being
also
honest.
true.
Damn it. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to give the Giants Travis Hunter.
So the Giants taking Travis Hunter.
Yeah.
Alrighty. As much as we're all gonna
You let
complain
this
about
happen,
that,
Andrew.
well, if they didn't get Travis Hunter, they would have gone Abdul Carter, and then you would have been really pissed off.
Either way, I'm going
Um,
to be pissed off.
yeah, I mean this class is just too good. Let's be honest. This top half of the draft is just too good not to pass up on any talent.
Yeah.
Round one, pick four. Then the New England Patriots under Mike Vrabel. I have them selecting offensive tackle Armand Membu,
Ooh,
tackle out of
interesting.
Missouri.
Okay.
I think he's going to go higher than people expect. I'm a fan of his athleticism, and he's got the versatility to play inside and out. And if we all know
Mm-hmm.
something about Mike Vrabel, he loves his versatility players. Look at a Derrick Henry. Like
Facts, bro.
I
Facts.
like
when
it.
he was in Tennessee. Yeah.
Okay. I think the Jaguars take Mason Graham.
Yeah.
I don't think he goes much
Let's
further.
let's
Yep.
just lock that in. All right, Chris, your Las Vegas Raiders.
Uh, hmm. Well, sorry, I'm trying to cut a pizza here because gotta eat, gotta
You
eat.
know, gotta eat.
Um, I'm gonna say Genty.
All right,
Agreed.
Ashton Genty to the Raiders. So far, these first six picks, pretty standard picks. Um, so that's where I'm gonna take a little bit of controversy. Round one, pick seven, the New York Football Jets. They've done extensive research on this guy. I have them taking tight end Tyler Warren.
Tyler Warren.
I have them
Interesting.
taking. They've done extensive research on the man. They need a weapon outside of Devontae Adams and Brees Hall, and Tyler Warren would bring that. I have them.
Okay.
I have the Jets giving Justin Fields his Cole Kmet.
Fair
Has
enough.
our
I
man,
like it.
has our
All right.
man, Green bean Jets fan, done his research on this dude.
Hmm.
John, do you think the Panthers could trade back here?
Depends with who.
You
I
want to see
think they
who's
could.
offering?
I mean, kind of
So we haven't had
everyone's
any trades
offering.
yet. So
No, we have not. Um, I'm going to preface this because we didn't do any trades pretty much in this one so far. Is you have to have a dance partner and it has to make sense. So you can't just trade Carolina with Atlanta because Atlanta is pick strapped. They've got nothing to offer.
right,
So
right.
just
And
keep
we
that in
do. We don't
mind.
have to do trades if we don't want to do trades.
Oh
We could
no,
just
no, no, no,
do.
no, no. If you want to do trades, absolutely do trades. I just want to make it clear you just can't just go like fantasy mode and fleece everyone under the sun.
Yeah.
Why can't I?
Who do you think could trade up?
Um,
Let's
maybe
see.
San Fran, depending on what defensive lineman is left at 8.
Do you want to see who's there?
Oh, there's plenty of people left. I mean, Walter Nolan, Jahad Campbell, Mike Green, Azaraku, Grant, Pierce, Jalen Wall. I mean, you've got pretty much the whole load. Pause of
I feel like it's
defensive
a little
linemen.
early for most of them, though. If anyone's trading up, I feel like it'll be for either Campbell, Starks, maybe McMillan. Um, oh, Will Johnson, I feel like could go around here.
You could. What are you thinking?
Mhm. See. Honestly, let's just have him take Will Campbell.
You have the Panthers going offensive tackle.
I think they might protect
Ooh.
Bryce Young.
Okay, this is the first controversial pick I'm gonna say.
We have to
Is
have a little controversy, John.
controversy creates cash, and I
That's
love
what
it.
does well.
I didn't think this is
Exactly.
where you were gonna go. Okay, Chris, your Saints are up.
They're going. The Saints. They're gonna go with McMillan, the wide receiver out of Arizona.
Ooh, okay.
Okay. All right. The Chicago Bears. Andrew, our last mock draft, you had them taking Omarion Hampton. And I've
Hmm.
been tempted to do so. I'm not going to here. Um, I'm gonna have the Bears pair up this guy with Jaquan Brisker. I'm gonna have them taking Malachi Starks.
Ooh, I like it. Good player.
All right.
Stan
Niners.
Fran. Let's see. I think last draft I had the Cowboys taking Mike Green. Is that correct?
Yes, you did.
You did
I
what?
don't want that to happen.
You did
So
what?
I'm gonna have the
Hey, bro.
49ers take Mike Green so the Cowboys can't get him.
Hey, bro. We about to throw some hands. If I hear those words come out of Jonathan's mouth again, we about to
Man,
throw some hands.
what are you saying me for?
Oh, I thought it was you that said Andrew did
No.
that.
Well, and technically did do that. But Chris, speaking of the Cowboys, you're next.
First of all, the Cowboys fan cam, the Cowboys suck. I want you to clip that and put it on the IG reel. Okay.
I might have to.
Um, and we are not letting them get Will Johnson. Hell no. Or Luther Burden. Hell no. Um, as a matter of fact, go up. I want you to scroll on up. Because you know why? We're gonna give them that defensive tackle out of Mississippi.
Out of the Ole Miss, you're taking Walter Nolan to the Cowboys.
Yes.
Okay. You know what? That's not as
Huh?
that's not as controversial as I thought Chris was gonna get. So I'm not mad at it because they can very well go defensive tackle.
Yeah.
Because Mozzie Smith has not been what they wanted. Let's be honest. When we all heard Mozzie Smith, we went, who?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Miami Dolphins. Both of the prospects I wanted here are kind of gone, Malachi Starks and Tyler Warren, and I did this to myself. But that's okay because with just Jalen Ramsey kind of in Miami, and their next starting corner is Storm Duck.
Who?
Exactly. I have the Miami Dolphins taking Jade Barron, corner out of Texas.
Yep. Yeah, I don't see him going much further than that.
Mm-mm.
Bolts. I feel like they have a lot of options here. Campbell could go here. Johnston, Burden. I think it's a little early for Donovan. I don't know how to say his last name.
Azaraku.
Um, Ezeraku. Okay, I got to get that down. Can you go up to the top?
Yep.
Honestly, I feel like I think they could take Campbell here.
Jahad Campbell.
Yeah, he's a great player.
Okay, Jahad Campbell to the Colts. Not a name I've had connected to them, but I'm not mad at it. Chris, your Falcons are up next.
Mm, you know what? I'm gonna get him a weapon from Michael Penix. I'm gonna go Luther Burden.
Okay. I did not see that coming.
Like it.
I didn't see it coming at all. All right.
I don't hate it.
I don't hate it either. I expected them to go defensive end. Um, but that works well for the Arizona Cardinals who need a little bit of help kind of everywhere. I'm gonna give them Will Johnson.
Yeah.
How
Give
dare
give
you? I wanted Will Johnson to fall to us.
That's definitely not gonna happen. I can guarantee you that. Andrew, your Bengals are up next.
I think they take Kenneth Grant here.
Ooh, okay. Right on the money. Give
Hmm.
them a space. Oh, you pair up Kenneth Grant and
Back to
Chris
back
Jenkins.
Michigan.
Yeah. Well, Kenneth Grant and Chris Jenkins were teammates last year when the Bengals got him.
Oh,
So you pair the Michigan defensive line. That's kind of
that's
nice.
cool. I like it.
That's nice. Chris,
That's
your
obviously that's what
Seahawks.
I was thinking. That's why I did that,
Obviously,
of course.
big
Obviously.
brain,
You
big brain.
know what? I'm gonna give Sam Darnold some protection here, and I'm gonna have the Seahawks go Josh Simmons tackle out of the Ohio State.
Okay, I like that. I like that a lot actually. You're cooking. We're cooking right now. All right. Uh, Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I was hoping Jahad Campbell would fall a little bit. He did not. Um, but with that being said, I'm gonna give Vita Vea a running mate to help take some pressure off. I'm gonna give them James Pierce Jr.
Ooh, okay.
Give that defensive
I
line
like
some
that.
much needed help.
Yeah.
Broncos.
Broncos. I think they go receiver. It's between Egbuka and Golden. Golden's fast. I don't think he's as complete as Egbuka, if I'm being
Okay.
honest. I know Golden's someone who's been rising up the boards,
Rising.
but I've been pretty solid on Egbuka for a while, so I'm going to have them take Egbuka here.
Okay. All right. Chris,
Hmm. Let's
before you
see.
take your pick, I'm going to preface this by saying Shadur is still here.
Oops.
We
We kind of forgot about him.
did.
Dude, I'm telling you right now, if Shador's last name was not Sanders, he would be a third round pick.
Ooh, I bet they're going not far.
Ooh.
All right, but who did the Steelers take? Was Shedeur still on the board and them needing a quarterback?
Bro, let's be
You
real.
suggesting something,
They're gonna
John?
get hey, let's be real. They're gonna get Aaron Rodgers. All right.
I don't know. They've
Hey,
got some time.
actually, actually, you know what? You know who they could work with? Our boy Sam Howell. If Seattle, look, hear me out, right? If Seattle were to cut Sam Howell, right?
Which they probably will,
They probably will after they
because
just
they just
signed
signed
Drew
Drew
Lock.
Lock. Yep.
Pittsburgh could get Sam Howell and have him work with George Pickens and DK Metcalf.
That's not happening,
Bro,
I wish.
bro. We all love Sam Howell. The man is a nice man. I would love to meet him. He's not getting a starting job.
Not a chance.
but with that being said, though, unfortunately, I'm going to do it. Unfortunately, the Pittsburgh Steelers are going to take Shedeur Sanders.
Ooh, okay. If you
Door to
weren't gonna do that,
Pittsburgh.
if you didn't do that, I was gonna have some A words and be a possibly a trade. Chicago or the Los Angeles Chargers, excuse me, I said Chicago. The Los Angeles Chargers are sitting here. There are two options I really want to go with: wide receiver or tight end. Get Jay Herbo some help. It's
Hmm.
between Matthew Golden and Colson Loveland. I think if I pair up Golden with Mike Williams and Lad McConkey,
Hmm.
that could be a dynamic trio. So I'm gonna take Matthew Golden for the Los Angeles Chargers.
I like it. I was thinking he could go to Green Bay, but now I gotta reconsider a little bit. Thanks very much, John.
Hey man,
Um,
blame Jim Harbaugh.
I honestly think Jaden Higgins could end up being a first round pick. I don't think he'll be
Ooh.
23.
Right. They
Hmm.
have him at 36, ADP
Yeah,
around
that's too late
46.
though. He should be earlier than that, in my opinion.
Okay.
Um, they don't really need running back, but I feel like Hampton should go soon. Um, tight end, they're honestly fine.
Yep.
I could see them. I could see him going defense probably, and I go up to the top. I might have him take Ezraku, so I don't
Okay.
feel like he should go much further.
All right, Donovan Ezaraku to the Green Bay Packers. Chris, those Vikings are up.
Mm, you know what? Just so the Eagles don't get any Georgia players, um, I might have the Vikings take Jalen Walker,
Okay.
linebacker out of Georgia.
All right.
Hmm.
Jalen Walker is probably going to be more of an edge in his career than a true linebacker, but that also gives them time to make him edge rushers. That actually helps out that defense well enough. You did that really well. Houston Texans. This has to be offensive line.
Yeah, after the loss of Lermy Tunsil,
Tunzel
yeah.
and them getting rid of Kenyon Green. So I'm gonna take my shot on Gray Zabel out
What?
of NDSU. He can play tackle and
Bro,
guard.
you
So
didn't go. Bro, you got Calvin Banks Jr. right
I'm
there.
not the biggest fan of Kelvin Banks Jr. on the board. So I'm taking Gray Zabel for the Houston Texans.
Is it my turn?
Yeah, the Rams are on the clock.
Rams. Okay, let me think. Who we
So
got?
while you were taking care of business, I took Gray Zabel for the Texans.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because they just lost Tunzel.
Yeah. Chris
That's
was
a good
upset.
pick for them. Rams. Let's see. Who do they got at tight end right now?
They currently have. Oh, who do they have? This
I
is
know
in
that's
check.
been changing a
Colby
little bit.
Parkinson and Tyler Higbee.
Yeah, they're fine. They're both of those are
They
serviceable tight ends.
they I
Um, I could see them go in maybe DB.
okay.
They could also they also just lost Cup.
They did lose Cooper Cup.
So I wonder there's not any high caliber receivers right here though.
No, the next one would be Eric Aomanor and Jaden Higgins.
I don't like A Remainer as much. I feel like he should be
Same.
lower. Um, let's see. I don't know. Let's have him take Amos.
Trey Amos.
Yeah,
Okay. Trey Amos
I feel
is
like
a
that could be a
lot.
decent fit.
That
It's
was my
not at
pick
all.
for us.
Well,
Well, now it's not.
that's not that happened. So, Chris, your Ravens are on the clock.
All right, first of all, fuck the Ravens.
Be
Um,
respectful. Not good.
let's see. Who are we taking here? Hmm. You know what? We're gonna give Lamar Jackson some protection because damn, like I feel like, bro, anytime I watch a Ravens game, that man is getting blown up, dude.
They have two. They have two tackles. They have the All-Pro and Ronnie Stanley and the rookie and Roger Rosengarten. Unless you meant guard, which that would be Tyler
Okay,
Booker
let's see
next.
guard real quick.
That'd be Tyler Booker if you were wondering.
Oh goddamn,
Booker's
that's
good.
47. Damn, that
What?
is
But
light.
his average draft position is 34, so it's not as big of a reach here. Because it's between 27 and about 40. It's the same value.
Okay, yeah, we can take Booker here.
Tyler
Booker
Booker is
T.
no, let me get started. The Detroit Lions sit here at pick 28. They are going edge rusher, and I have them
Mhm.
taking. I'm gonna be honest. I am not a fan of either A&M prospect. I don't know why.
Really
I'm just not. So I'm gonna have them look more towards Michael Williams.
interesting.
I'm just saying for the record here. If you have Washington take a running back, I'm going to flip.
Chris,
Well, it's on Andrew's
do you
hands.
see who's still here? Do you see
Bro,
who hasn't been
we
taken?
don't bro, we do
Chris,
not need this.
Chris,
We
Omarion
need
Hampton is still on the board?
we
No
need
way.
defense. We need
Oh
oh my
my gosh, I love Omarion Hampton. He's one of my
you
favorite prospects.
you
John, don't you think
people
it could
let
be a
this
great
happen.
idea if the Commanders take Omarion Hampton?
He could be, yes.
You people let this happen.
Check out safeties for me.
You pull the rug underneath from Chris's hands.
Don't get this.
Honestly, I'm taking Eman Worry.
Okay, Nick Warrior is a commander. Nice.
I think him and Winston are like neck and neck for me.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so I feel like either way, you could sort of go with either of them, but I like Eman Worry a lot.
Okay. Chris, your Bills.
Oh Mario Hampton.
They don't need a running back, honestly enough. They have James Cook
They got Cook. I
Bro,
mean, you
bro,
could pair him.
bro.
and
I
Ray
Pair
talked
him
to
Davis.
up.
look. I talked to a Buffalo Bills fan down at Walmart where I work at. Yes, don't flame me. Okay, bro. A lot of and he says like a lot of Bills fans don't like Cook as much.
Okay.
Low key, so that's why I give him a Mario Hampton.
Oh, you're for real.
Yes.
He's for real.
Okay. He's for real. The multi-time world champion Kansas City Chiefs. I was really, really considering Colson Loveland here.
Are you not going to take him?
It's between him and Kelvin Banks
Ooh,
because you need an heir apparent to Travis Kelsey. Colson Loveland can really do it for you. He's like that big slot, as it's saying here. But also, they need help on that tackle because Kingsley Sumatea is not doing it for him. So I'm gonna go
He's also
Kelvin
rookie,
Banks.
right? Okay.
Sumate was a rookie last year, yeah. But I'm gonna give them
Kelvin
Kelvin
Banks.
Banks to shore up the offensive line to protect Patrick Mahomes.
Okay, okay. Eagles, the last pick in the first
Give him
round.
give him a seventh round player.
Yeah, let's see who's at the very bottom.
Yeah,
Um,
page 8. Scroll back up.
as much as I would love to do that, I'm not going to. I am surprised Colson Loveland is still here, but I don't think they're going to take him. They could pair him up, but I don't think that's as much of a need for them.
No, and he'd be the heir
Mm,
apparent to Dallas Goddard.
They they could just go strictly for talent here. They don't have a lot of positions of
They
need at the moment.
no, I mean they lost a few pieces on the defense, but they were already good defense without some of them.
Yeah, I could see him going. Honestly, just because he's still here, let's have him take Loveland.
Ooh,
I feel like
okay.
he should have gone to another team, but I feel bad letting him fall to the second round.
Yeah, I might have should have taken him with the Chargers, but I was like, let me change it up a little bit. So Colson Loveland is an
We can
Eagle
pair
for
him up
me.
with Goddard. It's a
Paramount,
it's a
yeah,
pretty good tight end duo.
that's nice. So let me download this. So Cam Ward, Abdul Carter, Travis Hunter, Armand Membu, Mason Graham, Ashton Genty, Tyler Warren, Will Campbell, Tedero McMillan, Malachi Starks. Mike Green to the Niners. Cowboys take Walter Nolan, Campbell or Barron, Campbell, Luther Bird, and Will Johnson. Kenneth Grant, Josh Simmons, James Pierce Jr., Emeka Ibuka, Dur Sanders to the Steelers. Matthew Golden, Donovan Ezeraku, Jalen Walker, Gray Zabel, Trey Amos, Tyler Booker, Michael Williams, Emin Wari to the Commanders, Hampton to the Bills, Calvin Banks, and Colson Loveland is an Eagle.
I like it.
How would we feel if most of this happened in real life?
A little controversy, but that does
Well,
well.
a little controversial.
Might crash out if the Redskins really take that dude.
You
You
would
don't
crash
like
out. We
Imam
taking like
Worry?
what?
No, I was just messing with you. I don't
I
mind
was
it.
about to, I was about to yell at you, but like Chris, we talked about this,
Love him.
but that's a nice. I think some of the bigger controversies: Campbell to the Panthers,
Hmm.
Luther Burden to the Falcons, Sheduer falling to Pittsburgh, but we also let this happen, so that might be saying something.
Yeah.
Um, and then really Hampton to the Bills and Colson to the Eagles. If this happens, someone decided that Howie Roseman decides he needs to go in the Hall of Fame because that's insanity.
That's crazy.
But we again, we always say we love controversy. It creates the green that we all love to see in our
What do
bank
you
account.
mean we don't know controversy? What do you what's your name?
What is your name? But no,
Stan. Oh, oh.
I just kicked Stan. For the I'll play the clip if Dodie doesn't take it down. But no, that was a lot of fun. Bigger names than I thought we were gonna let out, and a very almost tame 3.0 mock draft from you two.
Yeah, I'd say
Like
so.
it's relatively tame. I was
Hmm.
expecting a lot more, but I'm not mad at it at all. Um, guys, let us know down in the comments how you felt about these mock drafts. Did Andrew and Chris absolutely cook for our Washington Commanders? Did we cook in the first round, or did one of us burn down a kitchen while making a pizza and decide to take and do your team wrong? Let us know down in the comments. Let us know because we are officially 10 days away from the NFL draft. Our current plans, barring financial and some technical difficulties, we're going to be going live and in person. Well, not in person, but live for the first round of the NFL draft, just like we've done the past 2 years. We've all had fun. We want to get to know y'all some more, but let us know down in the comments how we did on these mock drafts. Anything else y'all want to tell the people?
Covered it.
Alrighty. Well, guys, let's head in. It's like I said, 10 days from the draft. Gonna have another episode of the Burgundy Breakdown on Wednesday night with myself, Reedy and Z, and Juan Gotti, the absolute goats, the best football collaboration on YouTube. But until then, guys, like, share, and subscribe here on Ballin In Burgundy Podcast. Road to 750 subscribers. It's on its way. Takes 2 seconds of your time. It is absolutely free. Instagram and TikTok at Ballin In Burgundy Podcast. Twitter at BIB Podcast. Going to sort of as long as your names, guys. Let's raise hell going to the draft. Let's make a few more mock drafts because we're always making mock drafts in our group chats. But let us know how maybe next episode we should look at some fan mock drafts. That might be kind of fun.
Ooh,
I think we should do that.
like that.
If you're watching this, let us know if we should do that. But guys, let's race hell in the off season, and don't forget to stay ballin'. We will see y'all out there.